Now, we've already talked about the kind of boat wash that requires just putting soap in a bucket and scrubbing soap all over the boat and rinsing it off with the hose. However, there's going to be other incidents where you're going to run into a stain that's going to require a little more effort and a different type of product to attack that stain. Now, we've got a boat here that we actually searched for, trying to find a boat that was a very good example of a lot of stains on a boat that's going to require a lot of effort to try and bring it back. Now, to make our lives simple, Corey, there's basically 4 types of stains that we're going to run into on a daily basis on a boat. Why don't we take a look at each one of those 4? What are they?
That's right. There's your basic dirt and grime. Then you get into your tannic stains. Those are your orange stains, your mustaches on your boat. Then you also have mold and mildew, as we see all over here. Mold and mildew comes in a few different varieties, from black to pinking to even green. Then we also have transfer stains. Those are your scuff marks and any sort of black fender stains, things like that, where it's actually transferring material from the product onto the surface.
Okay, those are 4 really specific things. Why don't we kind of slow it down a little bit and dig into those each one at a time?
Sounds great.
Okay, Corey, for the 4 stains that we're going to look at, let's start out with the most obvious one, and that's everyday dirt and grime. And dirt and grime beyond just the kind of dust and stuff that we talked about before, dirt and grime that's not going to just come off with soap and water. And I've noticed in my boating life that that kind of stuff tends to accumulate a lot more on a textured surface like non-skid. Can you explain to me a little bit about that?
That's right. And what's interesting is when you're washing your boat with just typical boat soap, you actually are performing some really high-level chemistry. So boat soap is a surfactant, a surface active agent. And what that does is that it encapsulates grime and dirt and brings it to the surface, so it does wash away with the water you're using. Now, certain textures and certain materials, they capture dirt differently. For example, non-skid. So non-skid is textured and it accumulates dirt in a different way. So you need an additive into the product you're using that will enhancely bring that dirt further to the surface. We use a chelating agent in our non-skid deck cleaner, and that allows all that dirt to come up from that texture and be washed away.
Okay, Corey, so what can we do to protect it moving forward to keep this from happening so quickly the next time?
So for non-skid, we actually make a non-skid deck wax. It's really easy to apply after you've cleaned your deck, and it keeps that dirt and grime from getting ground into the textured decking.
Okay, Corey, the next thing we're going to talk about is mold and mildew. Now, I see plenty of it here. I mean, there's mildew all over this, and these cushions are really, really moldy. Now, first thing I think about when I look at this is I can wash this off with soap and water, but I've got a hunch that when I do that, a lot of the stain is going to be left behind.
That's right. You will be left with these mold and mildew stains because they're a different type of stain. Because of that, you need a different type of cleaning technology. Now, for mold and mildew stains, they attach differently to the textures and surfaces that they're on, so we use a bleaching technology. Now, StarBrite makes a product called mildew stain remover that is a buffered bleach formula, so it won't deteriorate your stitching or your marine grade fabrics. You just simply spray it on, you wait a few seconds, then you rinse it off. It's a great product, much better than bleach, and is highly recommended. Then after that, we also make a mildew stain blocker. It prevents mold and mildew stains from forming in the first place, and it's a great way to protect your investment.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And you know, these are great products to bring something back to life, or if you've got a newer looking boat, just to keep it looking nice all the time. And both of those things are going to preserve the look of the boat and protect your investment, and it's also going to add a lot to your enjoyment on the boat, because let's face it, I mean, it's much more fun to be on a boat that looks really nice. You know, there's no doubt about that. We've got 2 more kinds of stains to talk about, and both of them require completely different technology. Why don't we get into that in the next video?
Sounds good.